It's me again from sunny Stanfield, North Carolina, or technically, more to be truthful, out in Stanley County, North Carolina. I'm up here taking care of some business and riding the old Yamaha, which I have missed terribly. Haven't been able to get out and ride. We had a lot of things keeping me in Georgia lately, and haven't gotten up here as much as I want to. But up here enjoying a nice weekend. The lovely Susan stayed home. She had things to do in Georgia, so I'm up here on my own. But I'll tell you about an experience I had yesterday. Nothing really mind-shattering, but you know, this, for an old retired guy, anything that happens is probably worth talking about. So, you know, here you go. Like a lot of people, I collect a lot of junk over the years. I mean, I'm sure if you go out in your garage or your barn or wherever, you'll find a ton of stuff that you didn't know you had collected, or maybe you do know about it. You know, in my case, I have a garage up here behind the house that has collected my stuff and other people's stuff for years, and I haven't used it for anything garage-wise in a long time, so it's just been a big storage building. And I've changed my mind. I'm going to start clearing stuff out of it so that I can perhaps use it again as a garage. And so I had to been getting rid of stuff. And you know, you have an old piece of furniture maybe, or you know, boxes of clothes or records, or you know, whatever else you might find in there. All kinds of junk ends up in there. And I've got a lot of stuff that belongs to my son-in-law, a lot of stuff that belongs to my son, stuff that belonged to a neighbor. But what happened yesterday was I trying to make some room to get some stuff out, and I counted I had 2 broken washing machines and 2 broken dryers that over the last 10 years or so were just simply put back in there with the thought that, well, maybe they'll get fixed. Now, they weren't mine. They actually, I believe, belonged to my son-in-law at one time, and a couple of them were those real fancy ones, you know, that a lot of times it's just the door switch that breaks or something, and you can fix them up. Well, anyway, they've been sitting for a long time. He didn't want them. So I started looking around, and in Stanley County, you know, you just can't take these things and throw them in a dumpster or anything like that. And I guess somebody would come get them if I called them, but turns out right up here near the collections site, we have attended collection sites out here you bring your trash to. There's a metal recycler, and I never dealt with them, but I stopped in there the day before yesterday and said, look, are you interested in washers and dryers? And they said, sure, bring them on. So I loaded them up yesterday morning, which was a story in itself. These things, I don't know if you've tried to move a washer or dryer lately. Maybe it's just me getting old and weak, or maybe they're building them a lot heavier than they used to be, but it was a chore. But I finally did get all 4 onto my trailer and haul them up here, and it was an interesting experience. And the first thing you do, well, there was an old guy out front sorting through some stuff, and he told me what to do, and he said, here, Terry, first thing you do is park here and go in the office and give them some ID. So you go in there and you give them your driver's license, and they will make a photocopy of it onto a form, and the form has got a list of things like electric motors, copper wire, stuff like that, a whole list of it down the side, and where you can where they mark on there what it is and how much it weighs. They pay you by weight, and so I didn't expect to get much for the washer and dryer, to be honest between you and me. I'd have paid them to take them off my hands, but fortunately I didn't have to. So I go in and get my form, come back out, wait in the car. Now, it just so happened that time of day was rush hour there, and I had to wait a little while. I had to wait about an hour in line to get my turn in there, and it was kind of interesting. I got to see a whole bunch of stuff on the back of some people's trucks they were bringing in and stuff like that. But anyway, they got them unloaded, and it's my turn. I pull on through the building, and leaving just the trailer in with the car on the outside. And go out there, and they've already got my trailer gate down, and they've got a skid steer loader with this kind of, it's hard to describe. It looked like a miniature dumpster. One of these construction dumpsters open on the top, off of the forks on front of it. And a young man jumped up in my trailer, and before I could say squat, he had picked up the first washer literally picked it up and threw it in this dumpster. And he proceeded to do it with the next 3, including the newest one that was so heavy that I had to use my tractor to push it onto the trailer. That's how heavy this, and he just picked it up. Got his knees under it, sort of, and pulled it back to him and kind of duck walked it and set it in the back of this dumpster. And hell, all I could say was, man, it must be nice to be young. He just smiled and said, yeah, it is. And he walked off. And then they said, okay, drive on around to the front again, and they'll have you fixed up in the office. And so went around into the office, and nice lady in there said, okay, we're going to give you $46.27 for everything. And I said, great. So she proceeded to count out that in cash, and she turned the same form around to me that I had taken with me, and said, okay, now I need you to print your name here and sign your name here, and then I need a fingerprint. And she opened up a little ink pad, and I signed the form and put my thumb on the ink pad and rolled it onto the form so that they would have it. And it says right on the form that they are not responsible for anything that might be stolen that someone else brings in there to scrap. And that's what all this was for. This is positive identification with my driver's license and my thumbprint that it was me who brought those 4 appliances in. So, you know, if some turned up stolen, they know who to go to. They're not going to go to them and get them in trouble. So, it was kind of an interesting experience. I wish I had some more metal to take to him. Not that I'm going to get rich doing it. In fact, I gave the money to my son-in-law because that was his stuff. But, you know, kind of cool. But if you ever haven't had that experience, I just thought I'd recount it. We're going to ride by the place here in just a minute. I just thought I'd come up this way while I was talking about it. I'm out riding the old Yamaha. It's been way too long since I've been on it, and I'm a little suspect of the gas in it now. It's been over a month, and I didn't put ethanol free in it. It's running fine now, but you know, you've heard my rants on gasoline before. You can't let it sit too long, and so I'm running it out, and I'm gonna go fill her up again if I can find some, which I shouldn't have any trouble. But hope you guys are having a great day today. I am. I'm finally getting out and getting to do a little riding here before I start working on my chores again. Alrighty, let me see what we got right here. And in case you're wondering about my story about the metal recyclers, this is them right here, Piedmont Core and Recycling. If it's metal, we buy it. And that was it. There's a little office right there. They're open for business, and that's where you take your stuff, right in there. All right, everybody. Well, I hope you're having a great day. I'm out riding the Yamaha, so you know I'm having a great day. And if you get a chance, get out and ride too. Shoot a video. Love to see it. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.